Happy Thursday, everybody, and it's the Thursday before spring break for me, so I'm super excited. Those of you who went on spring break last week, I'm really sorry. But I'm super excited about taking some spring break. So I just want to kind of go through a few things to check in with us here. We're in week 5. I didn't title this the week 5 Thursday check-in because I realized that might be confusing to the people who are completing the week 4 module right now. So I will call this the week 4/week 5 Thursday check-in, kind of depending on where you're at. So been going through, we have a really good discussion going on, centered on autoethnography. I hope that made sense. From what I'm seeing from the discussion post, it seems to have made pretty good sense, especially in lieu of you using autoethnography in your final paper. So I really want to make sure that it makes sense. And if it doesn't quite make sense, next week we're going to be looking at some examples of autoethnography. We're going to be reading them, we're going to be discussing them, so that you can kind of have an idea of what this looks like in actual practice and actual product. So really good discussion as usual, seeing some really good things going on. I do want to bring up a couple of things as reminders. Got a little more going on in this check-in than usual, especially because I'm going on spring break next week. Okay, and we'll talk about that. So actually, let me start here. I want to make sure, I'm sure you've seen it, but I want to make sure that you've seen and digested the fact that I've moved our first quiz. According to the syllabus, the quiz was supposed to be going on really right now or over this weekend coming up, and I just didn't like that. I don't feel like we're ready for that. So I've moved the quiz. It will now open Monday, April the 3rd. It will close Sunday, April the 9th. I've given you a description of the quiz here. The quiz is essentially a vocabulary and concept quiz based on everything we've done so far in the PowerPoints. Okay? I know that I initially titled it a reading quiz, but I decided to save the stuff for mindset until later in the semester. Okay? We're going to talk about mindset here in just a second, but here is the breakdown of the quiz, and the Quiz 1 review is attached right here in the announcement. I will make sure that this announcement is in the first 1 or 2 announcements so that you can easily get a hold of the quiz review. Okay, so just to be clear, study the PowerPoints for the first quiz. All right, I will talk a little bit more about that whenever I come back from spring break and it's open, but there's the review for your perusal if you are interested. If you have any questions, send me an email or post it in the very first discussion board that's meant for questions. Okay, so that is the quiz. From there, I wanted to point out the final paper assignment. I have the final paper assignment happening in, it's up here. I have the final paper assignment posted here in week 5. Okay, hey, did you get my MC Escher picture? We're talking about autoethnography and we're writing about self-reflection. Anyways, I thought it was a fun thing. I like Escher. That's a cool drawing. So in week 5, I'm sure you've seen it because many of you are commenting on the week 5 stuff. If you're in week 4, you'll see this next week probably. But the final paper assignment is right here. The handout and the screencast. I suggest you take a look at those. Please let me know if you have any questions. I want to make sure that it's clear. Okay, you're doing an autoethnography of your self-talk. We're going to talk next week about really what it looks like. We're going to talk about self as sight for observation. We're going to talk about ways to approach the writing over the next couple weeks. Okay, I also posted this in case you forget. Week 5 will go away at some point, not for a while, but week 5 will go away at some point. I also have the final paper assignment posted right here in the Getting Started section, right at the top, just under the initial announcement. Okay, so it's right there for you in multiple places, just in case you need it. Okay. So that's the discussions, that's the quiz, that's the final paper assignment. Grades, you probably noticed grades are coming in. I'm going through and grading discussion boards. I'm going through and grading the journals. The journals so far are just so good. Keep doing what you're doing. The discussions are going really great. This is all going very, very well. So if you're forgetting to post on the discussion board, please post anyway. It's better to get some points than no points at all. And just because you forget to do your initial post before Wednesday doesn't mean you don't get points for it, okay? So please, even if you do your initial post on Friday and you respond to 3 people on Friday, I would rather you do that than skip the discussion board entirely or just respond to people. Please make sure that you do that, okay? I want to remind you that, and it's been in the checklist for each week, but I want to just kind of remind you that if you haven't been doing the reading in Mindset, here you go. Look at mine. Mine's just covered with Post-its and all sorts of fun things there. So I love this book. So I want to remind you, if you haven't been doing the reading, you should probably do the reading. Okay. I know that it might seem like we're not talking about it till week 9. Why is it important? Well, the concepts in Mindset are really going to become a part of your autoethnography final paper. Anyone who's read a Mindset, it's been in the discussion boards, the stuff in here goes so well with what's going on in our class, and it kind of comes alongside. And so make sure you're getting caught up on the reading. It's an easy read. It's a good read. It's a helpful read. And so please make sure that you're getting yourself caught up on those readings, okay? There will be quiz questions from Mindset on your last quiz, okay? So if all the stuff prior wasn't incentive enough, there's the incentive, okay? And then just a quick now final spring break. I know all we've talked about is spring break, it feels like, but final spring break reminder. If you took spring break last week, like if you're on campus at Larimer, you took a spring break last week, cool. Finish up the week 4 module this week, okay? Week 4 this week, so finish that up. If you did not take spring break last week, and you're taking it this upcoming week, like me, which we'll talk about, you make sure you're finishing the week 5 module this week, okay? So that brings me to me. I am taking spring break next week. I will not be in the course, and let me just be 100% honest, I probably will just completely check out for the week. I will sort of keep an eyeball on my email, but that's really it. I'm not even going to guarantee a response on spring break, okay? I am beat. I am overwhelmed. My brain is sloshing around in my head right now as I move it. And so I really need to get a little bit of rest on spring break. So I'm not going to be around in the course March the 26th through April the 2nd, okay? So as you're getting things ready for the class, if you have any questions, go ahead and send me a message, okay? But I'm going to take next week for spring break, okay? So that ought to do it for this week. If you have any questions, let me know, okay? Please let me know. If you didn't take a spring break, take one, please. You need the rest too. I think we should honor spring break. I think that these semesters are marathons. They're crazy long. Our lives are busy, and we should take a week because it's given to us. And so take your week. If you didn't take one last week, take a week this upcoming week. Get your stuff done this week, and then don't log into the class, okay? If you logged into the class on your spring break, why? There's no need to. Anyhow, so this will be the last you see from me until April, okay? But if you have any questions, please let me know. We're going to finish up our discussions. I'll see you there. And if you have any questions, please let me know, okay? See you on the other side of spring break.